Moving on to item 3, any citizen desiring to be heard. Hearing none, we'll move on to item 4, consideration and possible action to approve resolution calling annual election of Free Fair Board of Directors on February 19th, 2021 at the various 3 locations. Discussion.
Did y'all look at it?
Yeah.
You're okay with the times and all that?
Yeah. I mean, we got to do it sometime.
Right. And if I could note, the filing period will begin at 8 a.m. January the 25th. It will end at 4:30 p.m. January the 29th. They have to file in the county clerk's office. They will need to provide ID and to become an eligible.
Yeah. You okay?
Entertain a motion.
I'll move that we approve.
I'll second that.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on the side?
The only thing I got is, always have Sarah check their ID to make sure they live in my district and they are a registered voter before we let them vote. So, just so the people watching will know that.
All right,
That's all
thank
we
you.
got.
So we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. Item 5, consideration, this was tabled from one of our other meetings, consideration and possible action to approve resolution accepting donation of 1,400 tons of roto-mill from Tim Husky to District 2, with District 2 providing transportation and application to Post Road between State Highway 33 and College.
I've talked to Tim already, and we're not actually using the old material that's out on Westminster and 33. He's actually purchasing it from Hudson off of Waterloo. Haven't been able to look at the project yet, so I was gonna ask the board to table this to the 15th. I spoke to him. He said he would be all right with that.
Okay.
We can only table twice, so.
Right. So I'd like to make a motion to table.
I'll second. Just on that behalf, we buy some stuff from that Hudson down there, and it's the best I've ever seen. So,
Okay.
good material, expensive material.
It's not that old dried up stuff they pulled off the interstate.
That's good.
Okay, cool. Good. All right. So we don't normally vote on a tabled item, do we?
Don't have to.
Okay. I didn't think so. All right. Item 6. Any citizen desiring to be heard? Hearing none. Comments, announcements, questions about the Board of County Commissioners. David, you're here. Is there anything that you'd like to say to the board or help as far as? I know you've been out and we've got some tree damage. What am I looking for? Suspense dates that we're looking at. Is there anything you'd like
So
to
we have to do we have the presidential disaster declaration was signed by the president from our ice storm. It was for public assistance only. So all that is going to cover is cities, towns, and counties. It will not help individuals on their own, but it'll help related to our expenses related to the ice storm. The biggest deal for you guys is just keep tracking what you do. Everything that's related. The more you track, the more we'll be able to hopefully get back when FEMA comes around to actually start. I'll have to do an RPA, request for public assistance. I'm working on that. We'll have that taken care of before that time frame. It's going to be like our flooding event. It's not going to be a quick and easy deal. It'll take time, and we'll all work together like we did on the flooding event, and we'll get it taken care of.
That we're still working on flooding.
Yes, still working on our flooding event. Yes, sir. And then I would just say, just for your guys' reference, the county health department is going to be doing vaccinations starting tomorrow. You have to have an appointment to get a vaccination. You cannot just show up tomorrow and get a vaccination if you have not pre-registered. My understanding, all of the slots for tomorrow's event are full. Sometime later today, I believe the health department is going to open up slots for next week. My understanding is if you go to the Logan County Health Department Oklahoma's Facebook page, because there's different Logan counties across the United States, so that's the Logan County Oklahoma Facebook page. There's information on there when you can sign up, and I believe it's going to be open sometime today for next week.
David, I asked you, but just to be clear, is there any way that we can purchase an air curtain and declare it underneath this emergency for helping burn the brush and get a portion of our money back? Or-
I believe we could purchase. The caveat to that is, it's my understanding, if the air curtain, say, costs $150,000 and we buy the air curtain, FEMA's only going to reimburse for that time period that we use it. So after, say, 6 months, if we used it for 6 months, then it becomes, it's instead of 150, it's worth $100,000 if you were to take it back. Then FEMA would do the 75% of that $50,000.
They're only gonna give for direct usage to what they see as the ice storm damage,
So
not.
they're gonna give 75% of the depreciation that occurs over the time of use.
Yes, is my understanding. Yes.
So, but we're probably gonna be burning brush for next year and a half.
Yeah, and I believe, and I will have to double check on this, but I believe FEMA's going to have a cut-off date at some point.
Can we contact them and see when that cutoff date might be? Know where we stand?
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna know that until we get further into the disaster.
Okay.
Could you check with your contact and specifically to an air curtain and how it would work if we tried to invest in one?
Yes. Yeah, I'll get with
I mean, if we can
Al.
get a portion of our money back, I mean, it'd
Yeah.
be worth doing.
On our next scheduled meeting, we'll put an item on the agenda where David can give us a full update, and you know, if we need to take some actions or something like that, then we'll be able to do
But
that.
as far as assistance for farmers that lost a half-mile fence, there's nothing.
There's not anything through FEMA that I'm aware of. I would say if a farmer lost a bunch of fence, probably contact NRCS or Farm Home Service Agency. There possibly could be something there for farmers.
Okay.
I don't know on that end.
I've had a few calls on that. So.
But yeah, I mean, it was definitely devastating, and it was a big deal.
Who was the second one? NRCS and who?
NRCS or Farm Home Service Agency. They're behind the old Best Western. They're basically in the same building. I think you have to call both of them. I don't know as if they'll let you walk in right now.
Yeah, they won't.
I think they're both closed. I mean, just call. But it would be worth, if somebody's having challenges or at least wanted to know, I would call out there and at least see if there's anything, if they have any programs available.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you guys.
So, anything else?
I don't have anything.
Cody?
I have nothing.
All right, so I don't either. Thank you, David, for the update. Again, we'll put you on for the 15th, and we can do a little more iterative back and forth,
Do that.
and maybe make some decisions on air curtains and some other stuff. Let's move to the addendum, gentlemen. We have 2 items on the addendum. Number 1, consideration and possible action on resolution appointing requisitioning officers for various accounts.
I have just one for the assessor's office.
I'll move that we approve.
I'll second. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
And then item 2, consideration and possible action on resolution appointing receiving officers for various accounts.
I have one for the assessor's office.
It was just swore in yesterday. He's pretty quick.
We worked fast to make all of this happen.
Thank you again, ma'am,
Move
for
to approve.
I'll second.
taking care of all that. All right, we have a motion and a second on the receiving officers. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. With that, we will entertain motion item 8 back to the agenda, consideration and possible action on adjournment.
No, I might stay here.
I so move to
We
adjourn.
can order Missy's donuts or, you know.
I'll
rescind
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned. Thank you, gentlemen.